Well, welcome to Making the Brands, brought to you by BullsEye Merch on our episode number 14. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to get your clothing brand started. So we're going to dive a little bit into that today.
Okay. So 5 steps
Yep.
to starting your own clothing brand. Okay, cool, man. So what do you think step one can be?
I would say you would have to have a concept, right? Like an idea, like what do you want your brand to look like, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to separate yourself from all the other brands out there.
Yes. Yeah, we can. That's. I would say that's step one. Coming up with a concept, coming up with the idea, coming up with the name that you want to call your brand, and then once you have that finalized, there's ways to go deeper into it. You can legalize it. You can register it and so forth.
Copyright and all
A
that.
copyright,
Yeah, just
trademark
depending-
it, trademark it.
Depending on the goal of your, the vision that you have, right?
Yeah, but it is good just to do a quick check to see if the name's already taken or if
right,
it's
yeah.
not taken or
Right.
whatever. And you can always you can research that online and go deeper into that just to see if it's taken and so forth.
Right.
From there, you want to maybe register the domain name as well too of the brand that you have in mind. And like I said, further down the road, if you want to legalize it and trademark it and all that, that's another thing you can do. So,
Right.
step one, yes, have your concept, your idea, your
Yeah,
name,
the image. What do you want the feel of the
Yeah.
concept, right?
Yeah, and like I said, there's so many ideas online. I would say we all like a certain style. So obviously you want to design your brand with a style and that you like,
Right.
You like. So yeah, so
Especially if it's a clothing brand, if you want to, if it's your own, like you want to rock it, you want to wear it, you want your
Yes.
friends to wear it, so it's something that you would wear.
Yeah.
You coming up with your own clothing brand, right?
yeah. Like I said, yeah, definitely, it's something that you would want to wear. So
Because if you don't wear it, then you
how
got a
you
problem,
gonna-
right?
Yeah. Why is anybody else gonna want to wear it? It's your brand.
Right.
Cool, man. All right. So step two. What do you think?
You tell me. You're the pro right here. You're the one making the brand since
Nah.
years back.
I'm just here to back you up, bro. So I would say number two is digging a little bit deeper into creating the designs. Creating the designs and either have an idea as to how to design yourself, which
Right.
some people, now with the power of the internet, there's so many tools available nowadays that there is programs that even if you don't have no experience, you can somewhat create some sort of designs.
Exactly. Have an idea, right?
Have an
Come up with
idea,
that.
yeah. And they might not be perfect as having an actual illustrator completely design it, but I think
Right.
to start something, you can you can start in the right path, at least creating something that you're like, hey,
Right.
you know what?
Yeah.
I like this. Tell them to call you back later.
I know,
man.
right? Hey, we're recording a podcast.
No, so like I said, there's companies that you can hire that can also design for you. You can hire us as well. That's something that we do. All the brands that we created, we have done the designs for pretty much all the brands that we
Right.
do and everything that we create. So that's an option. But like I said, once again, with the power of the internet, there's just so many options that if you're on a budget, you can say you can try designing things on yourself.
Right.
You can also get feedback from friends and family.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about that? And and I would say from experience is that sometimes, man, like don't get offended, man.
Right.
It's if you're asking for the feedback, you have to be willing to take the actual feedback.
Absolutely.
To see if it's something that people like, because what I've noticed is that in the past, when I've designed something or I've been involved I've been part of a design, in my head, I'm thinking like, man, this shit is bad. This is a dope design or whatever,
Right.
because I have a connection to that design. But it's good to get somebody else's perspective that doesn't even know what the
Right.
concept is. And they're
Any
like, hey,
emotional involvement, or
and it's like, hey, listen, we have this design. Do you like it? Like,
Right.
yeah, it's cool or it's
Right.
dope. Okay, now here's the next question. Would you buy it?
Right.
That's when everything
That's
changes.
different, right? Yeah.
That's when everything changes.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
like I said, you want to stay true to what your your concepts are and your ideas, but it's okay to also do slight modifications that can better your product. So you want to have a couple of close people around you that can, help you out throughout the process. So that can be step 2, creating the designs, like I said, or like I said, we already gave you options of how you can do these things. And then also part of the designs is you're also going to create your mock-ups. And your mock-ups are going to be like, once the design is done, you're going to put that design on a t-shirt.
Right.
So it's something that we use throughout the printing industry. Like when you're ready to print something, you want to see a mock-up of it, so you can kind of get an idea.
Get an idea how we look on a t-shirt or any garment, right?
Yes.
You want to put your logo or your brand
correct. Mm-hmm. So what are we? Step 3?
That's 3. I don't know. You tell me, you're the pro.
Okay. Step 3, I would say it would be creating a website. Creating a website, so you have a platform where you're going to be able to put your designs up, you know. And once again, with so much technology, it's so much easier to create these types of websites nowadays. Now, depending on your budget, depending on how detailed you want to get, I mean, there's platforms that already exist where you can just plug, get your designs and plug, or you can get more of a custom site. And like I said, once again, we do all that for our clients. We develop, design, pretty much start from scratch. All the websites that we have, built for them as well, for all the brands that we currently manage. But like I said, there's also other alternatives that are out there that, hey, you just got to see what is going to be a best fit for yourself, Exactly. So once you have the website ready to go, you can, put your designs on there and you're almost ready to go, man. You're almost ready to launch, man. Yep. So I would say step 4 is take a guess, man. You're the pro, man.
You're putting me on the spot here.
You're the boss, bro. I'm just here to back you up, man. I'm just here to back you up, bro.
It would either be, you got to let people know that you got a brand, right?
Well, 4, I would say, is finding a printer.
Okay, yeah.
Finding a printer. Come on, man. That's the cobwebs off of you, bro. You're forgetting. You're going to have to start printing again, man. I would say is finding the correct printer. Right. Finding the printer, and I'm going to, what is it? What's the word that I'm looking for? I'm going to emphasize how, with the power of the internet today, it shouldn't be something that's as complicated as it was,
even 5 years
ago.
Back.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. I mean, now you want to be able to find a printer that can also fulfill your orders.
Right.
Because like I said, I recall when I first started this business, I was trying to figure out how things worked. I was starting my own brand, and man, it was just so different, and there was so many steps, and the investment was so big, and it was just like, it was so much work involved. It was crazy. Now it's like, you can actually find a printer, which that's what we do now. We're like, hey, we started there. Yeah. We do it all. Yeah, and we did it. We figured out how to do that because we literally had to learn every step beforehand.
Right.
Beforehand. Yeah. I want to get a little closer to the mic so like that, you can hear you. Now we are able to offer all those services. So you want to find the printer that, like I said, that can, receive your orders, print them, and fulfill them. And like I said, we are able to do that because we have the printing capabilities, the fulfillment capabilities, and like I said, we have the programs to just be able to control all online orders.
Right,
and
just
so forth.
automate it. We already have the system in place to just plug in and just
exactly. So pretty much your site will plug into our system. An order is received. We get an email with it. All the information is already there. Then it goes into our shipping system, and then from there the orders are sent out, and you're good to go.
Right.
So The benefit of having a printer and somebody that can do the fulfillment also is because in the past you had to actually produce like quantities. Like you had to produce like, hey, the printer might have told you like, hey, listen, man, you need to do a minimum of
right?
a minimum of 100 or
Right.
even 48 shirts. And you're like, well, fuck, I don't even know if I'm gonna sell 48.
Right.
I gotta first, see how this is gonna go. Now imagine you have 5 designs and you want to do, and your printer tells you, hey man, you got to do 48 of this one, 48 of this one, 48 this one, and 48 of that one. There's setups, there's automatic investment.
That's a big startup cost.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
For that.
Yeah, so if possible, when you're first starting, you wanna see if you can have another alternative, another option. Not to say that once your brand is like going full blast and you're selling like crazy, not to say that you might want to say, hey, you know what? Well, now I'm going to print all the shirts and we're going to do everything else, fulfill everything in a different way.
Right.
But to start, I would say find somebody that's not going to require you to do a bulk. Find somebody that can fulfill the orders,
Right.
somebody that can ship it, everything, like I said. And at the end, you guys can review how many you sold at the end of the month.
Right.
You guys both have access to it. So everything is transparent and clear.
Right.
So I would say that's probably one of the most important parts, is to finding the correct printer that can offer you those services, that can warehouse your stuff as well too. Pretty much everything is done from there. And like I said, that's another service that we offer. And it took, like I said, years of experience to be able to get that. But it's convenient in the fact that your investment is minimal, and you're left to do other things and stuff.
Right. And one thing is like hopefully find a printer or like someone that could do like small quantities, right? If you get a few sales at the beginning, you fulfill those small ones and then scale up, right? I mean, that's one way to go about it, right?
Yeah. Like I said, we offer an option where because there's different services and different services that we offer. And one of the services that we offer is that once you plug in your site to our system, or if we do everything for you, we do the designs, the website, the printing and the fulfillment. Well, everything is connected to our system already. So we don't even require any minimums because it's our system, it's our site, everything is plugged in already. So instead of telling you like, hey man, you gotta do a minimum, man, it's just like, hey, once medium sold. Well, that medium, since we have access to all the site and everything, that medium will come into our system and we'll only print that medium.
Right.
Which is, to me, I think that's an amazing.
It's a great way to get started.
Yes, because think about it. Hey, man, if you sold too large, well, we print too large. You're not stuck with your smalls, your mediums, your extra larges, your 2X or whatever. You are selling we're printing what's being sold.
Right.
So step 4 is definitely an important, finding a company that you can rely on, that's going to offer the quality, that's going to be able to, like I said, offer all those services to allow you to do the next step, which is step 5. Step 5, once you have step 1 through 4 down, step 5, I feel, should be one of your strongest steps. And step 5 is marketing your product so sales can come in.
Right.
If you are worried about, oh man, I gotta print the shirts, I gotta go ship them, I gotta figure out how to do this website, I had to do this, that's gonna take time and possible sales from your objective to grow your brand, man.
Right.
So number 5 is marketing, focus on marketing your product, focus on marketing your brand. And your marketing is gonna create sales.
Yeah, because you can have like the best product out there, but if no one knows about it, then what's the point? That's where marketing comes in.
That's a really great point, and I seen that be the case for many brands. They have a great product. They have a great product, and it's something that if it was marketed correctly, or if it was distributed accordingly, it would. Chances for success would be a lot higher.
Right.
But because you sometimes, like I said, like that's how we started. We jumped into this blindly. not knowing how to do things, and we had to figure all these things out. But the point of this channel, Making the Brands, is to help people make a brand, make a brand, you know. So if this can help people eliminate headaches, mistakes, or just make the
path a lot smoother.
It makes it a lot smoother than that. In return, I think already served its purpose, man. Because that's ultimately what you want, to be able to sell, man.
Right.
If you have the idea of a brand, you're thinking like, man, how cool would it be to have somebody buy that product, and then you know another person and another person.
Right.
How's that gonna happen? You better market yourself. You better, like I said, that another tool that we have to our disposal is, social media. You can do so much with that.
Right.
You just, like I said, have to cover base 1 through 4, and then your part is, like I said, hey, nobody's gonna care about that brand the way that you're gonna care about.
I believe brand. Once you have step 1 through 4 is pretty much the foundation. Once you have that, I mean, you dig deep into marketing, because I mean, if you market, and you got sales, but you cannot fulfill those, or like there's bottlenecks in that process. I mean, that's where a lot of people get off to a wrong start.
Yeah. And it happens, man. It happens. Like I said, like you get excited when you first get that, I recall from my experience, but then I was like, man, it was a pain in the ass to figuring out how to ship it.
Right.
Or it was just like, I'm like, nah, man, I gotta figure this out. And it ended up being that we developed the whole, company whole system, where that ended up doing that because I saw the problems firsthand.
Right.
Firsthand.
Yeah.
And you want to start a brand? Step 1, concept, idea, name. What is it? Step 2, creating the designs. We told you, what are the options for that. Number 3 is creating a website, to be able to host these designs and so forth. And number 4, like I said, is finding the right printer. And a printer that offers more than just printing, that offers fulfillment and everything that has to do with getting your order from receiving the order to getting it to the client.
Exactly.
And number 5, I want to say is, marketing.
Yep.
Marketing, and, because you're marketing, and focus on sales, pushing your product, getting that out. And I think with those 5 steps, you have a higher rate of success.
Right.
I like to be realistic as well. There's so many brands out there. So you have to think. Like, what can I offer? What can I do to be different from what everybody else is? From
everything that's out there in the marketplace.
So you want to have, those 5 tools that we mentioned to help you achieve that. So, man, I think, if I would have known these 5 steps when we started,
that's what it's called, making the brands. You know what I mean? We're here to inform, to to lay it out. Lay out the path for people that are starting out. And
the path to success.
Right, exactly. And then especially, you've been in the industry for a while, and like you said, through trial and error, you know what works best. Especially starting out. Yeah. So that's why we're here.
Yeah, and on top of that, I want to say that we want to be able to offer the service as of, even if you just want to schedule a call. We're like, hey man, I have this idea or this, we want to provide a department that you can go to where they can help you. Right. They can help you with these steps, because like I said, being that we've been there, we want people to succeed, man. And that to me is a motivation to offer these services. Yeah. So people can like so many people want to start a brand, but they don't know how. Right. There you go. Yep. There you go. Start with these 5 steps. Those are the
5 steps to start your own clothing brand. So yeah, I mean that's it's a really good episode, I think.
Cool.
A lot of people are gonna benefit from it.
Yeah, that's the point. Like I said, making the brands is here to help you make your brand.
Okay. There's no better way to end this one
than with
that. All right.
All right, man.
So we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.